30 videos in 30 days, day 19. 19. Today's video comes from Kyle via Instagram. He says, Andrew, how do you as an empath prevent other energies from sticking, or how do you shed it quickly when it does stick? I find after a while of being in the city, I start to feel crazy. As soon as I leave and get into nature, I'm reset. What can I do to clear that noise? Such a great question, Kyle. Such a powerful question, especially as we humans are continuing to evolve and expand into our natural abilities and natural gifts. I think we're going to see more and more people tuning into their natural abilities as an empath, so I think it's really important to talk about this, so thank you. It is my opinion that empathy, or the ability to see the world through an empathic lens or be an empath, is part of being a human. I think that it's just part of the hardware that comes with the human body. Now, whether or not we are aware of this gift, or we know how to use it, or we consciously learn how to use it, or we spend our life stuffing it and numbing it and trying to avoid it, that's another topic for another video. One of the things that I learned how to do, or I had to learn how to do, was first of all to flip the script in my head to see that this is not a liability, that this is a gift. And I understand that as a male in our society, we are often from a very young age, or at least I from a very young age was told that being sensitive was a bad thing, that I was too sensitive, I was too emotional, to man up, to buck up, to stop being such a pussy. All of these negative attributes and traits that we ascribe to being sensitive. So the first thing I had to do was realize that that's total bullshit, that actually empathy and the abilities as an empath is a superpower. It gives us access to this whole layer of awareness and insight and information that is always out there, and it actually creates a life that can be much richer and an experience that can be much deeper if we learn how to use them and learn how to use them effectively. So one of the things that I really had to get my head around was realizing that for a long time I saw it as a liability, and I was really internalizing it, and I had almost like this victim mentality, as if like, oh, well, being an empath means that I can't do that, or that things are harder, or that things are more challenging, or that, you know, things are more difficult. And I started just to sort of isolate myself and withdraw and contract and internalize it, and basically became a hermit because out there was just too much to deal with. Now, certainly it's important to take time out when you need it to rest and rejuvenate and recharge. I'm certainly not saying that that isn't part of it and that that's an effective way. It is. However, one of the things that I learned how to do was a really simple exercise. And it was, rather than letting the external world dictate how I felt, what I did was I found a way to connect to my center and to become aware of my environment without letting it affect me negatively. So it's a really simple exercise, and it's basically a meditation. And the way that I started it is I would just do it in my living room, sit in the morning, you know, close your eyes, find your connection, find that still space where you feel like you're clicked into your alignment and you know where you are as Kyle, the eternal infinite being. And you just become aware of your environment. And I would do it with my eyes closed, and I would start with sound. I would look for any sound in my environment. Like right now, okay, I can hear a car driving down the road. I can hear a bird calling in the distance. I can hear a leaf blower up the street, and if you've been watching my videos, you know how I feel about leaf blowers. But what I learned to do was to find noise and stimuli in my environment and become aware of it and observe it and still maintain my connection. Rather than letting the noise be something that crowded me or came to me and sort of affected me and made me withdraw, I learned how to find my center, I learned how to find that space, and I would maintain it even in the face of this noise or this external stimuli. Then I would take it up a notch. Then I would go to a park in my neighborhood, and I would sit on a bench under a tree, find a place where I could close my eyes and connect. And again, I would invite the sound in. I would become curious about it. Okay, what does that noise sound like? What does it feel like? What is the sensation that I get? What do those people over there energetically feel like? Is there a taste or a smell or a texture or a feeling? What does it trigger within me? What arises when I hear that sound, or I hear that voice, or I feel that energy? So now I was expanding myself. I was asserting myself energetically, rather than always being on guard and being sort of like PTSD of all of this, this stimulus out here. Because let's face it, a modern life, unless I am on the top of a mountain somewhere or in the middle of the woods, a modern life means that there is going to be noise, there is going to be sound, and there's going to be external stimuli that I'm going to have to learn how to deal with. So what I started to do was become proactive about it, doing this meditation exercise, putting myself in increasingly loud and obnoxious and, crazy environments so that I could really use that as a challenge to say, okay, now I'm gonna make it a walking meditation. I'm gonna go into the grocery store, or I'm gonna go to a shopping mall, and I'm just gonna walk through the mall, I'm gonna walk through the store, or I'm gonna sit on a bench and I'm just gonna observe with my energy field, and I'm gonna always maintain my alignment, I'm gonna always maintain my connection, and I'm still going to allow myself to be present and observe the energy. There's another thing that you can do, and it's just basically inflating your energy field. When I look at people, when we're at rest and we're just sort of in our normal neutral space, I see that our energy field is somewhere between, like I would say, 12 inches to 3 feet of energy around us. And when we contract or when we're feeling overwhelmed, oftentimes the first thing we do is we pull in that energy field almost reflexively. I would assert, try the opposite. When you feel yourself feeling overwhelmed, when you feel yourself kind of bombarded, stop, take a breath, and as you exhale, inflate your energy field. Create a safety bubble for yourself. Create a bubble of your own energy that you assert outward and you expand so that now you have a space that you feel safe within, and you can imagine that it goes out 3 feet or 4 feet. See how big you can expand it. See how broad and how wide and how high you can get it, and create a space for yourself where it's like a little bubble. And now you can hang out, you can observe, oh yep, there's that sound, there's that noise, yep, there's that person that's obnoxious or toxic, but I am within my field, and I'm, rather than contracting and pulling back, I'm rising up and I'm asserting. The other way that I like to run my energy and to sort of cleanse it is exactly that. Imagine that you've got like a big filter. You just close your eyes and you can just imagine that you've got like a big filter that you're running up and down your body, and it's like a sieve, and you're just pulling it through your energy field, and it pulls out any gunk or any guck and sort of moves it out of your energy field. And you can do this in the morning too. I've talked about this one before. Imagining that the water that's coming out of the shower is light, and then it's just washing your energy away, or washing any negativity away instead of cleaning your field and your aura. I think the key here is to practice. I think the key is to make it consistent and understand that we brush our teeth every day, we wash our face, we wash our clothes, we wash our dishes. We should also be washing our energy and doing our energetic hygiene. And remember that an empath is an ability that gives us a greater experience, a deeper experience, a more profound, vibrant experience. And it doesn't have to be something that we feel we are a victim to or powerless to, or that this is just a cross we have to bear. I like to think of it as I've just got a little insight into a way of seeing and viewing the world that not everybody has learned how to use yet, and I think that that's pretty fucking cool. Thank you for the question, Kyle. I hope this helps.